Hello, everyone, and welcome to Spill the G podcast with your host, G. Who would have thought it? We've made it to episode 2. Honestly, while I was editing that first episode, I didn't think we'd make it yet. I was so sick of hearing myself talk. And also, I didn't actually realise how many filler words I use. There was a lot of cuts. I was like, anyway, so on loop, sounded like I was buffering or something. um, like I just did it again. I need to stop. Oh, Georgia, pull yourself together, man. And the amount of waffling was astronomical. I'd start a sentence, have no idea where it was going, and I would just take the long-winded route around to get into my point. But that is the nature of this podcast, because I think I've always been like that. I just take a bit too long to explain things. But hey ho, we're all in it for the ride. But look, maybe it'll be better this time. I'm hoping we get a bit more used to it and I'll feel less awkward in front of the camera. So let's just get into the episode. Like I said, I've got some notes again to try and keep it sweet and concise. I think my last episode was about 30 minutes, which I think in total it was about 50 minutes of recording. So I had to edit out 20 minutes. I think 30 minutes is quite a nice time. Maybe I'll make them a bit shorter. I don't know. It depends how much I've had on in the week, I guess. Also, can we talk about the weather for a second? Lol, that's so funny. Is this podcast getting that dry already that we have to talk about the bloody weather? No, but seriously, every time I've left the house this week, I've been absolutely soaked through. Socks wet, bra wet. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. And I come back and I look like I've been dragged through a bush backwards. I've got flyaways coming out. My mascara's running down my face. It's crazy. Someone up there definitely hates me because I'm looking out. I'm thinking, yes, I can dry out there. As soon as I step outside, the heavens open. I'm just not having a good time at the moment. So my hot girl walks have just been pretty soggy because I'm trying to do 7k steps a day. Can I actually see how many? I also don't have an Apple Watch. So I have to make sure that I bring my phone everywhere so it counts my steps. So if anybody actually is looking to get me a Christmas present, then you can get me an Apple Watch, preferably the silver one, because I'm not a gold girly. I'm a silver girly through and through. But what was I saying? I've just been getting soaked every single day. Oh my god, also, almost forgot about this. I'm out on one of my hot girl walks. Tell me why I slipped on one singular wet leaf. How embarrassing. Luckily, my spidey senses were able to stop me from falling. But one singular leaf, that's just pathetic. You just know if you're going to slip on one leaf, you're going to have a bad day, aren't you? And I did have a bad day that day, but that's enough weather talk. We don't care. We all know it's bloody raining. It is bloody autumn, getting into winter. What's happened to me this week? Oh, what's pissed G off this week? Well, let me tell you. So in my building, when we get packages delivered, like parcels, some of them go missing, and they get stolen basically. I think it's someone in the block of flats, but Jamie seems to think that it's just people outside just breaking in. I'm not sure about that. So now every time I order something, I have to plan my day around being in the house so I can run downstairs and get my package before it gets stolen. So on this particular day, I have a Vinted parcel coming. Cute little top from Zara, £2, absolute bargain. And I was in all day. I worked from home all day. Didn't even move. I didn't even go out at lunch, which I try and do every single day. I didn't even leave the house because I wanted this top. Because I thought it was a brand new Zara top for £2. I gotta have it. Then I get an email saying your item has been delivered. So I'm thinking, great. I fly down those stairs. I don't even go get in the lift anymore because the lift just takes too long. I sprint down those steps, almost breaking an ankle every single time I'm flying down those stairs. And I get down there, no parcel to be seen. And I just thought, I can't believe it. I had the email 2 minutes ago. How has it gone missing already? So I think I'm not having this. I am not having this. I check the delivery details and I look and I see no photo proof of delivery, and the description says handed to the resident. Liar. Bullshit. You didn't hand it to me. So I thought, I'm going to go into full investigation mode now. This is all for a £2 top on Vinted, right? But I was going to make sure that I get this bloody top. I open a case on Vinted and I also contact the delivery service and I say, what's going on? Where's the proof? Show me the proof. Where is the receipts? They say, oh, we've contacted the delivery driver and they're going to re-deliver it tomorrow. Re-deliver it. Now, I thought you said you'd already delivered it. I thought he's already delivered it. So why are we now having to re-deliver it? Something sus going on, yeah, right? Tomorrow rolls around. The buzzer goes. I answer and the guy goes, got a parcel for you. I'm thinking, that's the Vinted parcel. So I go, oh, thank you. I shouldn't have bloody said thank you, right? Put the phone down. Again, fly down the stairs. Almost broke the other ankle this time. I get down there and honestly, it's like a crime scene. The parcel's ripped to shreds, sat there in the lobby. So I'm thinking, I'm fuming at this point. I'm genuinely fuming. So I open the door, hoping to catch this delivery driver. He's long gone. Like one of those crime protection programs. He's long gone down the street. I can see his van in the distance, in the smoke, in the dust. I pick up the parcel. Thank God the item was all right. I bet he was so disappointed when he opened it and he saw just a Zara crop top and not some like Gucci or whatever. But so, moral of the story, do not trust these delivery drivers. But luckily, it all worked out in the end. It was just the stress I didn't need. So what else are we chatting about today then, G? Well, I've actually been scrolling through all the things I Google in the last week to give me prompts. Me and Google we're like that. We are tight besties. I probably Google about 20 to 30 things a day. So I thought that's quite a good insight into my brain and what's been going on in that week. So I pulled out a few things from my Google search history. Nothing dodgy. Don't worry. Nothing dodgy. So the first thing I Googled, and I thought, why? And when I Googled this thing, the answer that I wanted wasn't there. And that is, borrow my doggy, is it safe? For me, I would love a dog. But unfortunately, I live on the 3rd floor in a block of flats. I just think it's a bit cruel. However, if I did have a dog, you best believe I would not be putting it on borrow my doggy so any stranger can just have it for the day. I just wouldn't trust people. So I was thinking, oh, let me Google it and see if there's any horror stories of anyone who's had any problems and have had their dog stolen. I didn't find any horror stories. But I just thought, isn't that crazy? I would love to speak to someone who actually has their dog on borrow my doggy, because why have you done that? Do you get paid? Do people pay you so they can have your dog for the day? I don't get it. I think it's a bit sus. Maybe I'm just not that trusting. I don't think I am really. I think I find everyone suspicious. But maybe I will go on there because I can't actually have a dog myself. Maybe I'll go on there and be the stranger and see what people say. Because there's also that thing where you can house sit for someone. You can pay someone to house sit for you. That is crazy. I just don't know how I feel about having a stranger just dossing about my house for the weekend. Weird, right? The next search that I've pulled out, therapists near me. I remember when I saw this on my Google search history, I thought, oh, that's just classic. Because if you've listened to me for longer than 30 seconds, then you're probably thinking you do need a therapist. But the reason I Googled this is because I broke up with my therapist. I don't know how long ago I broke when this breakup happened. Probably quite a while ago now. Anyway, so I thought I'd tell you the story about me and my therapist and why we parted ways. It's a really terrible, sad story. So let's call the therapist, for his sake, Mandy. I could probably say her name because it's such a classic name. There's probably loads of therapists out there with this name, but just so we don't get sued. Because if I'm going to get sued. But anyway, let's just call her Mandy. So me and Mandy, we had a number of sessions together. I think she was my therapist for about 7 months, and we would have weekly phone calls. I think it's quite a long time, 7 months. And all well and good, she heard all sorts. I poured my heart out to her, and I think sometimes she'd think I was crazy. But that's why I'm here, Mandy, because I probably am a bit crazy. I would tell her all sorts of situations, and I just have a little gossip with her. And I thought I could consider her as a mate at this point. She knows my life story. She knows what's going on at the moment. She knows my deep, dark secrets. I thought we're close. You could be my mate, Mandy. And my last session with her, oh, did she piss me off. So we had a call scheduled. I didn't call her out of the blue. Obviously, we had a call scheduled. And it was the middle of the day. I don't know, 2 o'clock on a Tuesday, let's say. She calls me, I answer. Hi, Mandy, how are you? I start getting into it, start pouring my heart out to her. Tell me why, while I am almost sobbing on this phone, I can hear her in the background, washing last night's dishes. What are you doing, Mandy? Mandy, I'm paying you here to listen to me. I'm not paying you to bloody wash your bloody dishes. I just thought that's rude. Sorry, Mandy, am I boring you? Come on, Mandy, babe. You're meant to be doing a job. So I thought, that's the last straw. You get one chance with me, and you blew it, Mandy. You absolutely blew it. I thought we were good. I genuinely thought we were good. And then you go and betray me like that. I could just picture her with her headset on, washing the dishes, going, oh, yes, Georgia. Mandy, pay attention to me. I'm meant to be the most important person right now. Not your bloody dishes from last night's curry. Come on. And I never booked in another session with her. I didn't even say ta-ra to her. I thought, you've done me dirty there. And that's on you. And she sent me a few emails saying, Georgia, we haven't spoken in a while. That's your own fault, Mandy. What do you want me to do about it? That was it. Didn't pay her for another session. And I haven't had a therapist since. But I'm thinking maybe this podcast can be my therapy session. I feel like I am having a therapy session right now. Us talking about my life, my annoyances, just everything that's going on. So if anybody knows a good therapist, do you know what I want? I want to go to a in-person therapy session. So I can they have in the films where they lie out on the bed and then they sat in the office chair and you just let it all out lying down, and then they're like, I really want that. I don't know if that happens in real life, and I'd be really disappointed if I end up going for in-person therapy sessions and I'm just sat in a chair and they're sat on the other side of the table. It's a bit boring. I need a bed, a recliner. So if anybody knows any therapists in good old Bristol, then send them my way. So another thing I googled was, who is Helen Mirren? I know, don't come for me, right? You're probably thinking, and I hate these people who say this, right? So if you are thinking this, I don't want to hear it. I genuinely don't want to hear it. But the people who go, oh my God, what? You don't know who blah blah is? No, I don't. If it's actresses, anyone that's like has a high status in the world of films and TV, I haven't got a clue what they are. I won't lie to you, haven't got a clue. And if you ask me, have you seen this film? No, I haven't. I haven't, right? I don't know who these people are. I don't actually care, whatever. But when I say, no, I don't know who these people are, they generally look like I've murdered someone. They're like, disgusted with me. Oh my God, you don't know who this person? No, I don't. Although, if you did ask me to name I could probably name majority of the Big Brother winners and Love Island winners. Anything reality TV based, I probably know it. But anything that's Oscar winners, I haven't got a clue. I've got my priorities straight. Reality TV is so me. Oscar winning films are just not. And I'm sorry about that. I genuinely am sorry. So that is my brain dump this week. I'm still figuring out this whole podcast thing. I'm not sure how long episodes should be. But if you've made it this far, then you're an absolute legend. And I hope you stick around with me for the next episode. Thanks for being here while I ramble on and talk about nothing that's really important. But I wanted this podcast to be like you having a gossip on the phone with your mates. I want that sort of vibe. And I like it. I need background noise to just do anything. Or if I'm on a walk and I don't really want to concentrate on anything, I just need some background noise, then I like to listen to podcasts like this. So I thought I'd make one myself. But that's it for today. I will catch you next week. And hopefully there'll be fewer ums and ahs in this episode. Hope you all have a great week. And remember to follow me on my TikTok. I need to get this right. My TikTok, my Instagram, my YouTube, and I think that's it. Bye, everyone.